Hello, Beachbody Champions. What's up? I am excited to come in here and chat with you guys today and excited to do an action hour with you. So, because Facebook's crazy, I want to wait a second and make sure that someone jumps on. I see somebody's on. Say hello. Make sure that you can hear me and see me before I go into the big spill. Okay? So, somebody give me a comment. I don't see anything yet. And then we will get going. I see more and more people popping on. Say hello so I know that you're here. Hopefully Facebook is going to show me comments. I don't see anything so far. Let me just make a double check because I would hate to sit on here and talk for an entire hour to myself because I'm seeing no comments. Oh, there's somebody. Hey, okay, good. I appreciate it. So, okay, I see myself, which is kind of weird on Facebook. Okay, so hey guys, all right, hey girl. All right, I'm gonna close y'all for a second though, while we get started, okay? And then I'll look at the chat and answer any questions that you may have. So, this is an action hour, which is kind of funny because I'm the Power Pockets girl, right? And I will say before I get started that I do still teach my team Power Pockets. I still do Power Pockets a lot of times, especially a day like today. I've actually been working as a PT today, rushed home to jump on here with you guys. So there are definitely times in my own business that I still do Power Pockets. And so if you're a full-time working person and you're jumping on here later, even though we do this, we're going to do this right now, in an entire hour span of time, even this, you can still break this into pockets. Again, you just have to be really intentional with your time. That is so darn key. So today we're going to be using the business activity business activity tracker. Okay. And so if you're a new coach and you don't have it, if you go to in this Beachbody Champions page, if you go to units, it's actually in there. Okay. So we're not going to get through the entire tracker today, but we are going to do some of these things together. So first and foremost, part of the tracker is workout and drink Shakeology and, contribute to your challenge group. In my opinion, those are just just breathing and sleeping. Okay. If you're a coach and you want to build a business, those would just have to be staples. So hopefully if you haven't yet, you're going to work out and drink your Shakeology today, use the performance supplements. You're going to share about your journey a little bit on Instagram stories or Facebook stories, your social media, whatever. So that should just already be ingrained. So we can just already, check that off. What I do too is I automatically will check in with my challengers in my challenge group or whatever in the mornings, and then I'll do it again in the evenings. So we're not going to do that part here. Same with recognizing achievements and things like that. That's going to be some other point. This hour I want to be super focused on those activities that's really going to move your business forward, okay? So I'm going to ask a question first. I'll turn the comments back on. So I want you guys to tell me if you have a choice between posting or inviting, which one do you feel if your time is cut for the day, you have time to show up in one way, which way would you choose? Okay, tell me. Would you make sure you post on social media, make sure you do 10 Instagram stories if you only have 15 minutes to dedicate to your business, or would you invite? Which one are you going to do? So hey guys, posting, okay? So I want everybody to tell me posting. Okay, so we're saying if you have 10 minutes or you got 5 minutes, whatever, you have a choice, posting or invite. Which one should you do to move your business forward? Okay, posting, inviting. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys right now what I'm gonna tell you is going to move your business forward. It's inviting, okay? Number one thing. Now, if you're a new coach and inviting scares me, we're gonna have to overcome that, sister. Now, if you just wanna be a hobby coach, posting on social media, and every now and then doing a call out, that'll get some people coming to you, and maybe whenever I first started, I remember coaches telling me you have to invite, and I'm like, well, I'm 3 months into this business and I have hit Success Club every month and I've yet to invite. People have come to me. Well, that's awesome if that's happening for you right now, but I can tell you almost 4 years into this business, if you want to build a big, massive business, if you want to replace that income, if you want to pay off debt, like if you don't want to just make 50, 100 bucks here and there, if you really want to do this thing, you're going to have to invite, okay? You're going to have to invite. So first and foremost, what we have is a gift. You should not be scared to invite. There's so many different approaches to inviting. I'm going to share mine with you today. My way's not the right way. There's so many different ways. You got to find what works well for you. But we're gonna go straight into it, head on. We're gonna invite first thing on this tracker, because it's the most important. So if you don't have any more time today, if you have to jump off here early, you are gonna have your invites in for the day. So let's talk about how many. That again depends on your goals. This tracker says at least 5 to join your challenge group or coaching. Okay, here's my opinion. You're going to have to do way more than 5 if you want to build a big business, okay? If you invite 5, good chance you get 5 people to ghost you or 5 people to tell you no. Okay, even now, this many years into the business, if I just did 5, I probably will get a whole lot of nowhere today, okay? So this might make you feel better about inviting, so I want you guys to think about inviting like this. First of all, you know we have a gift to offer, so you shouldn't be nervous about that, okay? Secondly, your job as a coach is not to convince people to join you. I'm going to say that again. Your job as a coach is not to convince people to join you, okay? Your job as a coach is to expose them to the details of what we have to offer, to expose them that this gift exists, to expose them that this can change their life. That's your job as a coach, okay? Not to convince them. If you approach inviting like that, take some of the pressure off, right? Because if you're just exposing people to the details, people can decide if they want to check out the details or they don't. So here's my inviting process, and here is something that I always end my invite with, and this has been working really well for me and my team, okay? So the end of my invite, and I don't think there's any secret sauce to what you say in your invite. So like I'll share what I am saying in invites right now, but that could be different in a month from now. Always switching it up. But so there's no like secret sauce to that. And if you're inviting, it's not that the wording isn't working if people aren't answering like your invites. It's just probably you're not talking to enough people. So what I say is I like to say, hey sister, because I say sister. If you don't say sister, don't say sister. I say, hey sister, not sure if you saw me talking about it. Because as a coach, we should be talking about it, right? So whether it's coaching opportunity or a challenge group, I'm not sure if you saw me talking about it, but I just opened enrollment for my April boot camp. I have a few spots left. I wanted to see if you were open to checking out the details. Do you hear that? Are you open to checking out the details? Not, do you want to join me? That's like a lot of pressure sometimes, right? My job as a coach is not to convince them. I'm just saying like, hey, I have this going on. Are you open to checking out the details? Let's see if this is right for you, okay? And then I follow that up, say, are you open to checking out the details? If not, no big deal. So I'll read that over again. Hey, sister, not sure if you saw me talking about it, but I just opened up enrollment for my April boot camp. I have a few spots left. Just wanted to see if you were open to checking out details. If not, no big deal. Okay, so that's it. I would send that same invite whether I'm sending it on Facebook or I'm sending it on Instagram. So who do you invite, right? So if you're on Instagram, in my opinion, the invite is not code if you're inviting people that are watching your stories or people that are following you or liking your post. So that's where we're gonna start. If you, and I'm a copy and paste inviter. I think it's totally cool. If there's somebody I know personally, obviously I approach them in a different way. I might do a voice memo. I might even do a video invite. But if I'm just like cut for time and I literally need to get these invites out to as many people as possible, I'm gonna copy and paste this invite and I'm gonna send it. Now with Instagram, and Facebook, you gotta be careful about your speed. I noticed too, if you will put their name in there. So on Instagram, sometimes that's hard. But if on Facebook, you say, hey Sarah, or hey Natalie, and then send that, it usually will work out okay. Okay? So any questions about that? So we're talking about inviting. And I invite, like, we're going for it, okay? So if you don't overthink inviting, so I do this with my team all the time. I can, and most of my team can do this too, at this point, you can send out a solid 20 invites in 5 minutes or less if you're just going for it. If you know what you want to say, you know what you're inviting to, and you're just going for it. So right now, I'm going to give you 10 minutes, and in my opinion, in 10 minutes, you should be able to get out at least 25 invites, okay? So I'm gonna send out 25 invites. I'm gonna invite on Instagram to my boot camp, okay? And then here in a minute, after the 10 minutes is up, I'll talk to you about inviting to the coaching opportunity, how I approach that. And I'll also, or you can invite on Facebook during this 10 minutes. So you can invite on Facebook, okay? I invite anyone who is my friend on Facebook. So if we're talking Facebook, anyone that's my friend on Facebook, they can get an invite from me, okay? Anybody that is following me on Instagram, if they're just one of my followers, if they're liking and commenting on my post, and if they're watching my stories, then they get like top priority. So if you're watching my stories, you're definitely getting an invite from me. If you're liking my post, you're definitely getting an invite from me. If I'm running out of people to talk to, who I've already invited this month, then I'm gonna go to my followers. Does that make sense? So that's kind of like my tier. Okay, so let's be quiet. Let's jump on. I'm gonna invite on Instagram right here from my iPad. If you have any more questions, just let me know. I'm gonna set the timer and let's do it. Hey, if somebody reaches 20 invites, will you tell me? Will you comment below? I want to see how long it takes you. I like to race. Hi, Melissa. We haven't just been sitting here. We're inviting right now. So we are 10 minutes. We're working. This is a working call. So we're working for 10 minutes. We're inviting right now. So let's see. Okay, guys. So we have about 4 more minutes in this 10-minute block. Done with 20. That's right, girl. I was getting ready to say I'm at 19. I've got one more to do. Okay. All right, awesome. So what I'm doing personally, since we still have 4 more minutes, I'm gonna go to my Facebook and start inviting there. So I'm gonna go to my friends list. I'm gonna send the same invite, okay? And I'm just, I send this invite just people I don't know. Like if I know people, I'll talk to you about how I approach them when we get to connections. I should say this is people like, again, that are like engaging with my stuff. Like if I feel like I need to connect with them first, which some people I do, then I will. But like if you're totally Code Market and you're following me, like it's okay if our first connection is me inviting you. Like especially on Instagram, if you choose to follow me on Instagram, then like I'm talking about my fitness, I'm talking about coaching, I'm talking about all of these things. So it's like kind of rude of me if I don't invite you, in my opinion. It's like if I owned an American Eagle and you walked in, if I didn't come over and say like, hey, can I help you? That would be rude. So if you're following me, then I feel like I should say like, hey, I have this going on. Are you open to checking it out? A lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, thanks for thinking of me. I'm interested, or no, I'm not. Like either way, it's cool. My job is just to see if they're open to it. So 2 minutes, I'm gonna invite, see how many I can get invited on Facebook. Okay guys, we have 1 more minute of this inviting block and then we're going to move on. Okay, so 10 minutes is up. Hey, let me see if there's any other questions. So yes, so Kirsten wrote down those so she can do follow-up. So I was gonna mention that right now. Everybody does that differently. For me personally, when I'm inviting that way, I'm not writing down anybody's name unless they respond. I say that because if I click on them again, like if they're watching my stories and I click on them again and I see that I've already invited them, I'm not afraid to invite them again, okay? So if it's been a month or so, like I'll invite them again, especially if they're still watching me, okay? So I don't write them all down. Like that's, to me, considered a follow-up. So if they respond and say, so here, I want to talk to you guys about this too. So if someone responds to me and says, you know, hey, yes, I am open to details, sure. I personally take them to email, so I ask them for their email address and send them details there. You absolutely don't have to do that. You can just send them whatever you do for your next step, your next system for talking to people about your boot camp. You can just do that right there on social. So I generally get their email and I'll send them details to my boot camp via email. So anyway, so that's that. If they respond back and say, no, thank you, I already have something going on or whatever, I want to still like feed that connection. This is how I'm going to continue to feed this relationship. So this is something that I do. I'm sure a lot of other coaches do it too. I don't know. So what I do is I gift someone. So if someone tells me no, I'm going to help them anyways. My mission is to serve and help them. So if someone says no, I'm like, totally cool, girl, you know, like whatever. And I'll say, I'm not sure if this would help you, but I sent this to a few of my other girls and I thought I would send it your way too. And so what I have is various different like ebooks. They're really short, quick. I made them on Canva. And what I took is like Beachbody, like recipes from Beachbody blogs or Pinterest or something like that. And I put them in a little ebook. We're talking, it can be 5 recipes, guys. So I say, these are some of my 5 favorite mason jar recipes. Maybe you'll find something you like. Hope you have a great day. Something like that. Does that make sense? So if someone responds back to my invite and says, no, thank you, I'm not interested, totally cool, girl, no big deal, not sure if this would help you, but I want to send you this anyway. Does that make sense? So that's how I approach those. So my goal is, are you open to details, yes or no? You are open to details, I'm going to send you details. You're not open to details, cool, I'm still going to help you. If I gift someone, I do write their name down. Because next month, I at least am going to follow up and be like, hey, did you find a recipe that you liked? Or something like that. Does that help? So it's like a follow-up. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's my process for that. So that is inviting to challenge groups. And so that way, so that was inviting. So on Instagram, so right there during that 10-minute block, I personally got 25 done on Instagram and I did 10 on Facebook. So guys, if you have no more time to spend on your business today, you just did the most important thing to move your business forward. If you just knocked out some invites, you're exposing people to what you have to offer, which means you're gonna get more people joining in your challenge groups and maybe one day becoming coaches, right? Because we just invited to a challenge group right then. All right, let's switch over to inviting to coaching. In my opinion, you should also, if you wanna build a big business, you should be inviting to coaching. I like to invite every day to coaching, okay? At least most days of the week. Now, here where I think this is really important is you have to have something to invite them to, right? So if you run a sneak peek with your upline or whatever, if you're not running a new one right now, you can throw them in an old sneak peek, right? Like tell them like, cool, I'm gonna put you in here in this group to check out this video. Like however, whatever your exposure process is, if it's a webinar on YouTube, you can send them a recording, like whatever. But I think it's important to be exposing people to the coaching opportunity every day too. So let me tell you, if I am inviting to coaching on Instagram, this is something I might say. All right, girl, I'll be honest. I've totally been creeping your page and I really think that you are, and I compliment them. I either say that you're gorgeous or you're super creative. I love your filter, like whatever. I'm gonna like personalize it in some way, okay? And then I tell them, again, I'm complimenting them. I really think you would be amazing at what I do. Have you ever considered running an online business? I would love to send you information. Are you open to checking out the details to see if this could be right for you? So again, are you open to checking out details, yes or no? Yes, I'm interested, cool. I'm gonna give her the details and that can be different for everybody. Okay, so however you present the coaching opportunity, if it's a sneak peek, I may say like, okay, cool, my team just ran a sneak peek. It's on Facebook, I'd love to get you in there. I'll send you the link, request to join. You know, or you can say, hey, I have this video where I was just talking about it, check it out. I'll follow back up and see what you think, just whatever, right? But there's a way that I expose them to the coaching opportunity. So now let's get outside your comfort zone and let's invite to the coaching opportunity for 10 minutes. Now on this, I'm usually a little bit more choosy. So if I'm inviting on Instagram, I'm like taking a little bit more time, so I may not send out as many invites. I'm taking a little bit more time and I'm checking people out to make sure that they're people that look like that I would want them to be on my team. They're positive, you know, they seem like they're into the same kind of thing, so I'm gonna reach out to them. So if I'm gonna give them a genuine compliment and then invite them to check out what we have to offer. If it's on Facebook, it's the same thing. I'm going through my Facebook friends. Again, the same hierarchy, like still like people watching your stories are my highest prospect, your hottest prospects, people liking my stuff, and then people who are following me or my friends on Facebook, okay? So let's do that for 10 minutes, invite to the coaching opportunity. You can do it, you can do it, let's do it. Oh, hey, Ashley. So a typical coach invite, so you have to know what you're inviting them to. And I think that like, you know, like makes it, I don't know, it changes your invite up some. But so an invite that I shared was, all right, girl, this is be an Instagram invite for somebody that like I don't really know. Okay. So, all right, girl, I'll be honest. I've totally been creeping on your page. And I think that you are, and so this is where you like put in a compliment. I'll say gorgeous, super creative, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna give a genuine compliment. They're gonna continue with the compliment and say, I really think that you could be amazing at what I do. Have you ever considered building an online business? I would love to send you info. Are you open to checking out the details to see if this might be right for you? Okay, so then that's what I do. And then from there, I would connect them to the details, whether it's a sneak peek or whatever. Another one that I send, like I just sent, so again, it's gonna start off with, okay, I'm just like being real with people. Like I've been creeping your Instagram. Like it's okay. And you guys, the worst thing that happens from inviting is that what? Like they go and check out your stories or they go and check out your profile. Like that is part of inviting too. Like just to get more eyes on you. And maybe they need to follow you for a little while. Like that's totally cool too. So I mean, let's be real, they're maybe already following you, but they may not be seeing your stuff in their feed. And this is how you're gonna pop up in their feed more too. So another invite that I just sent is some people, like you can say coach or you can say influencer. A lot of people say influencer. So sometimes I will say influencer. So I said, hey sister, whatever, and I gave her a compliment. And I said, I think that you would be an amazing social media influencer. Do you like fitness at all? So if they're not into fitness, like if I'm not sure on their page if they're into fitness, I'll ask that, do you like fitness at all? Like that's important to what we do, right? I would love to have you in our team's information session if you're interested. Just a Facebook group explaining what we do as social media influencers. What do you think? Are you open to checking it out? Okay, so again, what do you think? Are you open to checking it out? That's pretty much my key phrase. Are you open to it? You open? Yes, no. Not open, cool. You are open, cool, let's chat. Okay, so I'm gonna invite some more. So we have about 6 minutes left of coach inviting, guys. And when you, so like shoot to get like 5 to 10 done at least, minimally. Since like I said, like in my opinion, I check people out a little bit more before I invite them. I make sure I want them to be on my team. And the same rules apply. If I like click on someone, I've already invited them to boot camp or coaching, but I haven't gifted them yet, then I'm gonna go ahead and gift them to just be in their inbox again. I'm like, if you ghost me, it's okay, but like if you're still following me, like you're still gonna hear from me, okay? So some of these questions, so Robbie, I can talk about that in just a second. I don't want to distract people from inviting. Let's get this done. We have 3 minutes left, and then I can chat about a few more things. We still got work to do during our action hour. We're gonna have the most important part done, right, with our inviting, but we still have a little bit more work to do. So I don't know if you guys have got any responses yet. We've got 1 minute. I don't want to distract you. But again, so like I'm getting responses in like, yes, I'm open to checking out details, or no, thank you, whatever. So I'll either gift them if it's no thank you, or I will get their email to send them details later. Okay, all right. So that is coaching invites done. Now let's move along on our tracker. And so I'm gonna give like just a brief thing about follow-ups. We'll follow up for about 5 minutes, okay? And then we're gonna get into growing our following, connecting with people, all those kind of things. So like if that inviting like totally freaked you out because you're one of those type of people that like want to be super relational, which I'm really relational if you can't tell, but I'm also not afraid to just present what I had to offer to people. I can always develop the relationship on the back end. But there are people that I want to develop the relationship or maybe just reconnect the relationship with. So we'll get into that. So let's talk about follow-ups right now first. So the next importance, in my opinion, is inviting and then follow-ups. So I reserve follow-ups for people who request details and I send them details. People like I was in a conversation with about things and then the conversation fizzled out, okay? So for me, follow-ups, a lot of follow-ups happen on email. I really love Gmail Streak because I can select a lot of people at one time and follow up with them. So follow up for me or anybody that I've written down. So they've said, yes, they want details or whatever. So where we are in the conversation, this is where I'm gonna follow up with people. Maybe I sent them a share cart. Maybe I sent them the link to get into the information group, but they haven't completed it yet or whatever. So this is my pretty standard follow up for what I say to people when I'm following up. I say, listen, I know life is crazy. Because let's be real, guys, like when people like, you're in conversation and they ghost you or they quit responding or whatever, sometimes it's just like they're busy. You message them, they were in Target, their kids were screaming, like they legit just forget to message you back. So I always say that with people like, listen, I know life is crazy. I didn't want you to think I had forgot about you. Did you get my last email? Did you get my message? Was you able to check out the details? Did you have questions? Something like that, right? So I'm following up with them about whatever. So that's kind of like my standard thing. I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. I know life gets crazy, that kind of thing, right? So it's like a really casual follow-up and people really appreciate that. So like, oh my gosh, thanks for not forgetting about me. Kids got crazy, let me go look at it now. Or, yeah, girl, sorry, I meant to write you back. It's not for me, or whatever, right? So either way, I'm gonna follow up with them. So right now, there's people on your list that you sent that share cart to, that you invited and they said they wanted in, whatever. Let's spend, and I would normally spend more time on follow-up than 5 minutes, but just for the sake of getting through some more things on here and talking to you guys about how I do it, let's spend 5 minutes on follow-ups, okay? I will add, in my opinion, if you're following up with someone who requested information, who requested details, or that you sent a link to or whatever, in my opinion, you should follow up with them either same business day. If you sent it that morning, you should follow up with them that evening, or at least definitely the next day. So within a 24-hour period, you definitely need to be in their ear again. Okay, the longer somebody sits on something, the less likely they're gonna do it. So I just want them to know like that I'm here. So just creating that urgency is really important for your follow-ups. If you send somebody a link and you don't follow up with them until next week, like, sorry girl, like it's over, okay? They're probably not gonna do it. So, and then same thing if somebody says like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna do this on Friday when I get paid, then you wanna make sure that you touch base with them a couple of times that week. Don't just wait until that Friday to talk to them again, if that makes sense. Okay, I'll be quiet. Heather, those people I just invited on Instagram right then, the relationship that I have with them is that they follow me. So most of them watch my stories. Some of them just like my stuff. And if I run out, then I go to people who are following me. So no, there's no relationship necessarily. The relationship is they chose to follow me. So I'm already talking about it. So again, I treat my Instagram business like you're walking into my American Eagle store. If you walked in, I would say, hey, can I help you? So same with my Instagram followers and people watching me. We're going to talk about like connecting with people in a second. I do that too, but I'm not afraid to just straight invite people, and then I can always connect with them more later, or some people I'll connect with first, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Okay. One more minute, guys. Again, normally I would spend a lot more time on follow-ups. Follow-ups are super duper important, but for time's sake for this, I want to make sure I get through some more. Okay, let's head on to the next part. Okay, so the next part that I want to go over is let's do initiating connections. So this part I think like all kind of like lumps in. We're going to kind of like all lump it in together. I'll explain to you how I do it, then we'll spend some time doing it. So if I'm initiating connections, so these are people that, again, on Instagram, this could be people that maybe are watching me, people that like I just know personally on Instagram, we haven't connected. I mean, this kind of goes the same for Facebook too. So these are people like I really think of my warm market of, but I often need to reconnect with them. So let's say it's Taylor from sophomore year of college and we legit haven't talked since then, but if we saw each other in Target, we'd be like, hey, how are you? So those are the type of people that I don't necessarily go straight for the invite. Okay, like me and Taylor have some sort of relationship, so I feel like it's best served if I reconnect with her first. But sometimes like this reconnection can be awkward. It used to be awkward for me too. So if you're saying like, you know, sometimes you can just be normal and be like, hey Taylor, I haven't talked in forever. Where are you guys living at these days? Or where are you working at these days? Or something like that. But what I'll often do is, again, I'll connect with people by giving them a gift. So this is one way that I do it. So again, birthdays on Facebook, this is super easy. It's a really easy way that I connect with people daily. So for their birthday, I'll send them one of my free ebooks as a gift. So I'll say, happy birthday, girl. It's been a long time. Hope things are great your way. Listen, I wanted to send you this. I sent it to my clients. Not sure if it would be helpful for you, but these are 5 of my favorite mason jar recipes right now. Not sure if you've ever taken mason jar salads for lunch, but they're the bomb. Would love to catch up. Something like that, okay? So birthday messages are definitely part of my connection time. Instagram doesn't tell us about birthday messages, but as you can tell, I still run I run both my social medias because I've been coaching for a long time, and my coaching started on Facebook and now it's gone to Instagram, but I still do both. If you're a new coach, I recommend like focusing on one thing, getting really good at it, and then expanding a little bit more. But so just connecting with people. So even if it's not their birthday, if it's Taylor from sophomore year of college, I may say, hey Taylor, it's been a long time. You came up, I thought of you today randomly, or you came across my news feed or whatever. I just wanted to say hey. Also, totally off topic, not sure if this would be helpful to you, but, and again, I would send her a gift. So people are always like surprised when you send them a gift and they're like, oh my gosh, thanks so much. That's so sweet of you. I love your post, or I really need to get on the health and fitness game, or whatever. So oftentimes it can turn into an invite, but it doesn't always have to. Again, my purpose when I'm connecting with people is just to get more eyes on my feed, and hopefully they'll just start watching me, maybe reach out to me before I reach out to them. And again, this is for like people that I need to connect with first. Sometimes it's nice to have that connection, then go into the invite, okay? So right now, so initiating connections, adding followers. So if you're on Facebook, I just go to friends of friends and add friends. So I go to Taylor from college, and then I'll go to Taylor's friends, and then I'll just add people that way. If I'm on Facebook. If I'm on Instagram, I like to search hashtags, or I like to search like locally, my city. So I may like search where I live, and then you can see all the posts, and then I'll go to recent. And then what I'll do is just look for girls who look like me, and I'll just be authentic and comment on their posts. A lot of times I like to ask a question. So I may be like, that shirt is so cute. Where did you get it? Or whatever. My entire purpose then is for them to click on me, to respond to me, then click on me, and what? They're gonna go to my profile and check me out, decide to follow me or whatever. So I don't necessarily follow them if I'm just like, I may just like be commenting on their picture. So I'll go and spend time authentically commenting on people's feeds on Instagram to get new followers. You can also spend some time authentically commenting on your own newsfeed, people that you're already following, and same for Facebook. Does that make sense? So the ebooks are really easy to make. You just do a Canva tutorial on YouTube, and you can just use different content. Like you can get a bunch of different recipes from Pinterest. Just like make sure you give the person like who created it, like you can give them props, you know, at the end. But yeah, just like 5 recipes that you like 5 easy lunch recipes or whatever. You can make a new ebook every couple of months, or you can like split it and have you and your team all make different ones. Like it's super simple, just something to be able to give people. And I just upload it into Google and just send them the Google Doc link. Okay, so right now let's spend the last like 8 or so minutes of our time here like increasing our following, liking, engaging, connecting. Choose right now where you want to focus your 8 minutes, whether you want to do this on Facebook or whether you want to do this on Instagram, okay? So let's work a little bit. Let's finish this out. And then, and this is also too where you respond to new likes, comments, or views. So in my opinion, if you're on Instagram, you do Instagram stories, go back to your views, go to the people who's watching you, and you can engage some on their feed. If you're wanting to increase your following, then again, like search a hashtag, a location, something like that, and like and comment authentically there. Okay, so let's do this for a little bit, and then I'll scroll back up to all the other random questions that you asked, and I'll answer them, guys. Another good thing to do on Instagram is like if you really love like a local boutique or clothing store or something like that, like go to that boutique's Instagram page and then go to their followers and then go engage on some of those people's stuff. So don't like get big accounts. Like don't go to J-Lo's account where she has millions of followers, because you're gonna get a lot of fake accounts and foreign people that we can't help and things like that. So you want to stay like within your niche. So finding stuff that like you like, common interest. If you love, you know, a certain dog park or something, like go to that place and go to either that location and comment on other people that have tagged that location, or like I said, it's like another page of like a boutique or I don't know, a coffee shop or something like that. And then me personally, when I'm doing this too, if I come across someone who I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks like she would be a great coach, I'll go ahead and invite her. Like right now, I'm not, you know, you'll be surprised how many people are like, yeah, I'm definitely open to it. At least checking it out. Okay guys, about 3 more minutes of connecting, and then I'll answer some questions. All right, guys, we did some connections. So that was awesome. So how cool is it that that's our job, guys? Like, we literally played on Instagram. I mean, not really played, but you know, we moved our business board on Instagram. I'm setting at like my kitchen counter, and maybe on Facebook, so freaking cool. So let me look at this tracker to see if there's anything I didn't talk about. So posting like on social media, I didn't really talk about that. I don't include that in my power hour. Again, like that's just part of what I do. It's just, I mean, and I feel like people get overwhelmed sometimes by stories, but they're really easy. Like I like to show my morning routine. Although none of my Instagram stories have posted today, so don't go check me out because I don't know why they won't post, but they haven't yet posted. But I just show my morning routine, you know, maybe something from my workout or something like that. But then just like share tips. Like I like to share like finds I find on Amazon, like whatever, just show your life. And you don't have to be on like, you know, social all day. You can like literally, if you like want to talk about something, talk about your boot camp or something, like set down on Instagram stories, talk about your boot camp for, you know, 3 minutes and like move on with life. Okay. So, you don't have to be on there all day. And then for posting, you know, like show up in the newsfeed once a day, Facebook, Instagram. I think like personally that's enough. Just like post enough to show up and do what makes you happy. Okay, I think we talked about everything else. Personal development, again, that should just be part of your everyday. If you're not doing personal development, please do it. I want you to be successful, and all successful people in all areas of the world do personal development. So take that as a hint. Find something that you love. I'll drive with these earbuds. I've already done an hour of personal development today, 30-minute commute there, 30-minute commute back, and I'll probably do more because I'm addicted to growing my mindset because it changes everything. For all the relationships in my life, for my business, everything. Okay, so I think that I like really hit on everything. So I'll scroll through really quickly to see if there's anything I missed. I think there was something up here. My challenge group's on Facebook. So I do a big online community on Facebook that's ongoing and never ends. And then I use the challenge tracker app for certain like specific focused groups. Okay. Okay. I talked about the coach invite already. We do a coach sneak peek. My team runs a new one every 2 weeks. So, so that just like, we just talk about the standard things, about coaching. I talk about my story. I talk about like time and task, how long it takes, like, or what does it mean to be a coach? What does that look like? I talk about income, how much it costs to join, how much you can expect to make. And then, what else do I talk about? Seems like there's something else. There's 4 videos. Oh, objections, just common objections, stuff like that. Yeah, I make the ebook. Yep. I don't send people messages that I'm not Facebook friends with or that are not following me. I only send messages to people who have accepted my Facebook request. Okay, love the team idea. Yeah, so we just had team ebooks. So like if I create an ebook, I share it with the whole team that they can gift to. And then, you know, if one of them create an ebook, then they post it in there. So we just have like a team library of gifts. So you always have something to choose. Okay, hey Melanie, you can go back in and watch this recording to see. I talked all about my invites and all those things. No, I don't really do notes, Kelly, if I'm listening to personal development on the go. I just listen, go with it, take what I can, and if there's something I missed or I want to go back into, then I'll listen, sit down and listen with more intentional time. But I just like to fill my mind all the time with the good stuff. Yeah, it was good to meet you too, Melanie. Okay, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to jump off here. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful. Celebrate the fact that you guys that were on here that hung out with me for the whole hour. Props to you. Be pumped that you already got your inviting out of the way for the day. Commit to doing that, guys. At least 5 days a week, your business will really move forward. Okay? Bye, guys.